The referees did all they freaking could to get this game in the favor. But right here, I mean, the Indiana Fever won this game, and the Sparks had 22 turnovers. It took 22 turnovers. If Kelsey Plum hadn't screwed the pooch and that ball rolled out, I don't know how this game turns out.
Did the WNBA just expose its biggest weakness in front of everyone? Last night's Fever versus Sparks game didn't just end in a one-point win. It turned into a meltdown of credibility where fans, players, and even coaches called the officiating a disaster. From Kelsey Mitchell being grabbed mid-drive with no whistle, to a bizarre 4-second reset late in the game, this wasn't just sloppy refereeing. It felt like something else. Stay tuned, because the receipts from this game are going to make you question what's really happening behind the league's closed doors.
Bruises and all, hit a massive three. Pass out, boom, knocked it down. That was a massive, massive clutch shot. They needed that. Leah Boston, 11 of 18. She had a double-double. Angel Reese, looking at you, double-double and a victory. Yeah, see how that actually works. 22 and 11. At times, it sounded like a home game. At times, it was louder than frankly, louder than the last home game in Indiana. LA really showed up.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine a game where every single whistle sounds like it's landing in favor of only one team. That's what made the Fever and Sparks showdown feel more like a staged event than a real contest. The score was tight all night. Both teams trading baskets, but the rhythm didn't come from the flow of play. It came from the officials controlling when action slowed down and when it picked back up. And once the whistles started leaning one way, the entire atmosphere inside the arena shifted into something heavy, almost hostile. Kelsey Mitchell had the ball late, cutting through defenders, poised to give Indiana a huge bucket. She gets hacked, yanked in plain view of every single person watching, and yet nothing is called. Not even a hint of a whistle. Can you even imagine the sound inside the place at that moment?
Lexi and Natasha Howard tonight combined for 3 for 15 from the field. Yikes. Yikes. Oh, Kelsey, 5 of 14, 35%, 12 points. 23 points for the Fever off those turnovers. Wow. I mean, unbelievable. Odyssey Sims tonight had some real clutch shots. Lexi hit a clutch. Odyssey Sims, 10 of 20 in 33 minutes, 21 points, 6 boards, 3 assists. You're not winning this game without her.
The Fever bench shot up in disbelief, arms raised, mouths open. Not one person able to grasp how in the world that wasn't a foul. And here's the kicker. Even Sparks fans sitting courtside had that confused look, turning around like, did the refs just swallow the whistle on that? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is watching this unfold from the sideline. She's nursing her injury, not in uniform, but you could see her impulse to compete didn't switch off. She actually leans forward, stands up, and starts waving her arms toward the referees, yelling across the floor like she couldn't take the silence anymore. That's how blatant these moments were. You had a rookie star, sidelined, but still speaking louder than anyone, as if the game demanded a voice of reason. But then the clock situation added another layer of confusion that only made everything worse. Out of nowhere, a reset gave the Sparks 4 extra seconds. 4 full seconds in a closing game where every tick mattered. And if that wasn't strange enough, in the final breath of the game, the scoreboard showed something even more off. The ball is inbounded, a pass made, a dribble taken, and suddenly almost 2 entire seconds vanish. Instead of 1.9 seconds remaining, the whistle signals game over. Just like that, time itself felt like it was on the Sparks side. As if players weren't frustrated enough, Lexi Hull couldn't hold it anymore. On the floor, you could see her pacing, clapping her hands in anger, barking at officials to finally call it fair.
Your most athletic player, Michaela Timpson, no minutes in this game at all. I posted online, Chloe Bibby, Michaela Timpson must be in a witness protection program. If we would have lost this game, the story of this game would have been the following, and it's still a story. Chloe Bibby was cleared for this game, no minutes. I about halfway tuned in to watch those two play. Before the game, Caitlin Clark, massive contingent of Fever fans there tonight.
The heat of the moment broke through her composure, and the refs tagged her with a technical foul. A technical, at possibly the single worst moment Indiana could have received one. It was like punishment on punishment, and the crowd showered the officials with raw noise that rattled the court. The Fever had fought too hard to see it end on something so petty. Then came what made the whole night explode beyond the court, the online reaction. Sydney Colson didn't waste a second, jumping into the conversation with a post criticizing what she described as systematic. Clark herself, who had just been shouting from the sideline, leaned into the moment later with a sarcastic reminder about fines for speaking out against officiating. Even Lynn Dunn chimed in, adding fuel by echoing the frustrations in a way that painted this game not as a single bad night, but as an example of larger cracks inside the league itself. And here's what's wild. It barely mattered that the Sparks escaped with a 1-point win. By the time this storm hit social media, no one was talking about the score anymore. This became something much bigger. It turned into Exhibit A for anyone claiming that the WNBA's credibility is sinking under inconsistent and possibly biased officiating. The Fever were no longer just unlucky losers of a controversial call. They became the face of a debate about fairness, transparency, and the league's power over its players. Fans who had been casual supporters suddenly felt invested, like rallying voices against a force they couldn't touch. Players, even from other rosters, started chiming in, openly siding with what they felt looked like injustice. This wasn't a normal post-game gripe anymore. This was the beginning of a strange new wave, where both the athletes and the audience seemed ready to resist league authority and demand some kind of accountability. And it all spiraled out of one night where every whistle felt like it broke the trust that basketball is. This game wasn't about one foul or one free throw. It became the moment everyone started asking if the league can even be trusted. When players and fans both react like that, it says something bigger is broken. The real question now is simple. Do you think the WNBA will actually fix this? Or will things keep sliding until nobody believes the outcomes anymore? Drop your thoughts and your solutions down in the comments. Because if anything is going to change, it won't come from the league. It's going to come from players and fans forcing accountability right onto center court.